Hey, what's up YouTube? PFC Hicks here. Today we're going to talk about the School of Infantry Training Battalion. You're going to arrive at SOI on your 10th day of boot leave. You're just going to check in. You're going to check in your alphas. Basically in Camp Guard you have to patrol Camp Geiger or Camp Pendleton in the SOI area. We have to patrol, make sure nobody's doing anything bad. SAC company has just a whole mess of crap. You do lots of working parties, and you pretty much sit around all day and do nothing. When you finally pick up for ITB, it's going to be a lot of paperwork, just getting gear issued, a bunch of like non-fun stuff. You don't really get into the good stuff until week 2 or week 3. The platoons are split up. You have first platoon, which is usually reserve 0311s. You have second platoon, which is usually active duty 0311s. And you have third platoon for the first half of ITB, which turns into weapons platoon for the second half of ITB. In the first half, the third platoon is made up of prospective other MOSs other than 0311s, like 0331, 41, everything else but 11. When it switches to weapons platoon, all the other MOSs will go there. For the only exception will be 0313, which is a LAV crewman. That will be with the 0311s, just because you have to train as an 0311 first before you go to the specialty school for the 0313. When you do start doing your gear issue, you'll be issued your ILB pack, you'll be issued your day pack. You'll have a Kevlar, a flak jacket with back and front sappies, and you'll have your deuce gear. You usually wear your deuce gear and flak jacket along with your Kevlar at all times. For weapons, you get issued your M249 saws. You get about 10 of those per platoon. You get about 10 M203s. You get your own personal M16A4 with an ACOG and a PEC 16, which is laser sight. You also get issued 240 Bravos. A lot of your first few weeks of SOI ITB will be a lot of classes, just learning how to take apart the M249 saw and the 240 Bravo. When you're in your classes, if you dip, take dip with you and take a bottle. Sunflower seeds also help because it's usually hot in the room and you will fall asleep, and that's not good. One of the first things you do get to do in ITB, the first day you will go to the field, you get to go to the grenade range. You get to throw a lot of practice grenades, and you only get to throw one real grenade. For me, it was canceled. The live grenade throwing was because it was raining a lot, and it's a safety issue because they thought people might be dropping the grenades since it was wet, and the grenades will get slippery when they're wet. After the first few weeks, you will start going onto the field a lot. After weapon split, 0311s, you will be in the field mostly all the time the last few weeks of ITB, and the weapons platoon will be back at the barracks. You do get liberty during ITB. Mostly every weekend you'll be to go off base. Your combat instructors, they will let you smoke. You can have electronics if you're going to ITB. That means you can take your laptop, you can take a Nintendo DS, a PSP, or whatever. You are allowed having food in the barracks. Maybe it depends really on your platoon sergeant. I had food in my coffin. The coffin's just like a storage area underneath your bed. I usually kept crackers, Pop-Tarts, and some soda. Usually something just to give me energy and fill me up after the hikes. The Jacksonville Mall is very big. It has a movie theater. A lot of hotels around. They're like $85 a night, split between a few buddies. It's pretty cheap for you. At boot camp, they will tell you electronics aren't allowed. But like I said earlier, you can take a laptop, you can take your cell phone. And I do tell you, take your cell phone. Getting away from your family for 3 months, getting to see them for 10 days and having to go back, it's really hard. So you want your cell phone there so you can call your family, check in on them, tell them what's up, be able to talk to them a little bit. On base for Liberty, there is a small bowling alley, there's a small movie theater which you get to watch movies for free. There's the Enlisted Club. There's also the rec center. It has computers, Xbox 360s, PS3s, free wireless. Also a small movie theater in there. You can choose from a few DVDs and have them play it for you. Most of the time, ITB is a lot more laid back than boot camp was. For chow, you get a choice of the fast food line, or you get the regular line. The regular line serves a lot of the same chow that boot camp did. The fast food line has hamburgers, hot dogs, chicken nuggets. Sometimes they'll have wings, Philly cheesesteaks, and other things along that line. They also do have a potato bar and salad bars on both lines. You are still required, like you were in boot camp, to get a haircut every week. You have to make sure when you're on liberty to make time for a haircut, or you will get chewed out. You do a lot of hikes when you're at ITB. You do one almost every other week. It's a 5K, a 10K, a 15K, and a 20K. It's roughly around 3, 6, 9, and 12 miles. You do get breaks during the hikes. You get to sit down, bring some food. You are sometimes allowed taking chow from the chow hall. Like I was allowed taking apples. Apples do help a lot in the hikes. They give you a lot of sugar and energy like that. Take extra power bars you might have, or sunflower seeds, something just to eat while you're out there so you get more energy while you're out there. 0.5, 0.6, depending what you're doing that day. And you usually go to bed about 9 or 10. On more training aspects of ITB, my favorite part was personally the Mount Town. It's just basically the urban warfare where you learn how to do clear rooms and stuff. You do get to shoot sim rounds. We didn't really get that many. We got like 25 each. But you don't really have to shoot that much because you want to control your ammo and they teach you how to do that. Other times you have to dig 2 fighting holes while you're at ITB. At the end of ITB, you have something called the 3-Day War, or the IFAC. It's basically when all the weapons MOSs, 0331s, 41s, 51s, they come back and you integrate 0311s with that to make a big fighting defense and attack, and you see how that works against everything else. During the IFAC, it's 3 days straight. You're sleeping in your fighting holes, no tents. Shooting a lot during ITB. Make sure you get some good ear pro. Surefire makes really good ear pro. It blocks out a lot of sound. You can still hear quiet noises though. You will get lots and lots and lots of fire time on a saw. You will get shoot 240 about once or twice. And your M16, you will shoot a few thousand rounds out of it during the course of ITB. You do a lot of live fire, like movement exercises, buddy rushes. Buddy rushes I don't mind. A lot of people don't like them. Buddy rushes for me are kind of fun. It's when one person runs up, the next person runs in front of them. It's like leapfrogging all the way up until you get to your objective. I don't really know what the weapons platoon does after the weapon split, but for the first half they do a lot of things with the 0311s. Afterwards, I know the assaultmen, they get to play with C4, they get to shoot a few rockets from the SMA, learn how to breach doors, learn different techniques and how to stop tanks from coming by blowing up trees. The machine gunners, they get to shoot, the Mark 19, I believe they do get to shoot live grenades from that. Correct me if I'm wrong, leave me a comment. They get to shoot 50 cal also. Mortarmen, they do get to shoot a few live mortars, and that's basically all I know from the weapon side. One of the things you do want to get when you get down to ITB is one of these Write in the Rain books. It's a waterproof book, it won't run when it gets wet. You will also be doing Table 3 and Table 4, both of which do have night shoots. You won't have your night vision goggles on the first one. On the second one, you will be using night vision. One fun thing you get to do when you're out there, it's called LZ Parrot. That's at Camp Geiger. You get to do nighttime patrols, where you get to wear your night vision goggles, go on patrol, and you get to do a big patrol thing where you have to go out patrolling by yourself, and you fight other people that are patrolling. You also learn how to make terrain models. Also LZ Parrot, they will teach you how to make your fighting hole, which you will make at the end of LZ Parrot. You do about a 2-mile hike to where you'll dig it, and you just go and you dig your fighting holes, and you just sit in positions, and you get judged on your. Well guys, that's about it for tonight. There's probably a lot of stuff I missed from SOI that I just can't think off the top of my head right now. If you have any more questions, just leave a comment below, a video response. Let me know that you guys have questions on. I'll go ahead and answer them for you. If you have any ideas for upcoming shows, ideas for upcoming video blogs, something that you want me to talk about, I'll talk about my daily life. I'll try getting a hold of the M16 at some point. I'll show you what normal drills like for us, and just talk about my everyday life and some of my other vlogs. Thumbs up if you like the Marine Corps, and don't forget to subscribe.